Each year, hundreds of athletes call Sportsplex West home as they work to separate themselves from the competition through different programs geared to develop athletes to become the best that they can be. Sportsman Media will be starting a new video series to highlight all that is going on at Sportsplex. This series will do a deep dive into the baseball, basketball, softball, soccer, volleyball, and football programs, as well as the strength and recovery programs offered. Welcome to Plexcast. Hey, thanks for joining us for another week of Plexcast. This week, I will be joined by the Upper Midwest Sports Director, Mike Bonwell. Mike, for those that don't know, can you kind of talk about your history with the sport?
Yeah, I was big into the financial industry and insurance industry. 5 years ago, I decided I wanted to do something in what I was passionate about. So I got into the baseball world with Perfect Game USA in Cedar Rapids. And then last March, I decided to make the trek over to Des Moines and become part of Sportsplex West and the director of Upper Midwest Sports. I just have a passion for baseball, and that's kind of what brought me here.
So what is Upper Midwest Sports? What do you do?
Upper Midwest Sports is, I would say it's an event company. So we are the event side of Sportsplex West. We will run high-level baseball, softball, and soon basketball starting next October. We also do scouting combines. We run leagues, high school leagues, on both sides of the state, both in Des Moines area and Cedar Rapids.
So you kind of touched on it a little bit there, but what types of leagues and tournaments are offered, as well as what are the scout days?
Yeah, so we'll run baseball tournaments on the high school level from 18 down to 14U. We'll run softball tournaments at 14, 16, and 18. Our high school leagues will be 18 through 14. And our scouting combines will be directed towards organizations. So instead of charging an individual fee for a player to show up and do their metrics, we're going to go into the location where the orgs are located and actually have just a combine for their kids. It's a cost-effective way for them to get their metrics done. For us to get a little bit of exposure, but it's all about getting the kids exposed and getting their metrics online. We have a partnership with Virtual Combine where all their metrics will be online. They can tweet it out to the coaches, email, stuff like that. So it's really good for the kids.
You touched on some of the sports specifically in that section, but can you walk me through the opportunities available for each sport?
So on the baseball side, we partner with PBR. So most of our events are directly partnershiped with PBR. Those will be high-level events and open events, not necessarily catered towards the elite kids, but we'll have an elite level tournament, and we'll also have an open tournament for everybody to get involved. Same social media coverage for everybody. We do Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. On the softball side, we'll run a couple of our own events in partnership with USA Elite Softball. We'll also do scouting for USSSA directly. So they will have us come out to their events and we'll do some live streaming, we'll do some live scouting, and then we'll tweet out about the kids. On the basketball side, these will all be Upper Midwest Sports tournaments. So we're looking to do some cool things for the kids. We ran a test of what we called Saturday night main event, and the kids loved it. So those will be like first through third grades. Next year, starting in August, maybe September, we're going to run a full schedule all the way through from August to March of basketball events, first through sixth grade, boys and girls. And we'll scatter those age groups each weekend. So,
can you talk about the fall schedule a little bit for me?
Yeah, we got a full schedule starting the second week in August. We'll start off with the Sticks invite, which is basically mostly just the Sticks teams, 14 through 18. We will invite a couple other orgs like 3Ts and Cedar Valley Crush to come over. Then we start into the Fall Challenge, which was really successful last year. For our first event, we had 45 teams, so we hope to get the same amount this year. Then Labor Day is when we have our big World Series, and that's an invite-only event for 17s and 18s. The same weekend, we'll have an open event for 15s, 16s, and 18s. But the World Series will be a really good event where we get the top orgs in the Midwest to all come to one location. So we're hoping we get 16 to 20 of the top orgs. Then the next few weekends will be both in Des Moines and at Betplex in Bettendorf. Then we have our World Series for the underclassmen in October, and that will be in Des Moines at Norwalk in Grimes. That's an invite-only tournament for 15s and 16s. So
for these highly competitive tournaments in all these different sports, where are they being played at?
On the baseball side, obviously we have a new complex in Norwalk, the Greg Young Sports Complex, which is absolutely beautiful. So we'll run events there, and there's a new complex in Grimes that we just signed a contract with, so we'll have events there or cohabitat with Norwalk and Grimes. If we need to use outside high school fields or college fields, we'll get those. The softball side will be primarily at Grimes and Norwalk. The basketball will be at Horizons and at Norwalk. And then this year we're also running in the fall, we're running an event in Des Moines and an event in Bettendorf at the TBK complex. So we'll have options available on the west side and east side of the state. Once again, it's an all-turf complex in Bettendorf. It's beautiful. So yeah, we're looking forward to running as many events as we can and making them high level and highly competitive.
Very cool. Sounds like great opportunities for the athletes. I know I'm a little jealous that I didn't get to play on these types of fields when I was growing up, but
Absolutely.
since you started, what are some takeaways that you've noticed?
There's always going to be more sports involved. I think we're primarily focusing on baseball, basketball, and softball, but I can see down the road where we might get involved in volleyball tournaments or soccer. We're here to run good events, get these guys seen by college coaches and scouts, and that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about the kids. It's about giving them more opportunities each day. And I think that's what we get out of our job, is making these avenues for these kids. And it's really neat to see them, when they go to their signing days and sign scholarships. It's really cool. It makes you feel good.
That's awesome. Thanks for all the great information on Upper Midwest sports. And that's all we got time for this week on Plexcast. Plexcast is brought to you by Sportsplex West, Sportsman Media, and Sportsman Solutions.